Hello Group 1, welcome to reading. First, let's take a look at what you have already healed or released. The cards we have here are the Two of Swords in reverse and the Moon in reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we have Six of Pentacles. This is beautiful. I feel some of you may really resonate with one of our previous readings about ending a painful story. What I'm seeing here is that you truly brought yourself back into balance through mental discipline and inner regulation. Your mind, body, and spirit are returning to harmony, and honestly, that's something to be very proud of. The Two of Swords correspond to the High Priestess, and paired with the Moon, it shows that you are a deeply sensitive and intuitive person. However, in the past, this card reveals that your thinking was easily influenced by external energies. On the positive side, this made you very open-minded, able to accept different perspectives, even opposing ones, and to see both sides of any situation. But on the shadow side, it also made you more easily distracted, more prone to wavering, and more likely to get stuck in mental back-and-forth debates, ignoring your intuition and avoiding decisions. The Moon card shows your artistic talent, rich imagination, and deep compassion and empathy. These are beautiful gifts, but they also brought challenges. Your imagination may have amplified fear, causing you at times to hand over control of your life to others. Your emotional depth may have blurred boundaries, putting you into emotional whirlpools that were hard to escape. Or in some cases, the opposite. You may have suppressed these intense emotions out of fear, even though you often appeared more true and calm. Once triggered by strong emotional issues, you can slip into an unconscious state, either completely breaking down or completely shutting down. This is why I'm so happy to see the Six of Pentacles here. It confirms that you are now in a healthy, balanced state. The Six of Pentacles correspond to the Lovers, showing that when faced with choices, big or small, you now choose what is most balanced, sustainable, and supportive of long-term growth. In the past, you may have swung to extremes, too hot or too cold, too emotional or too irrational. But now, after healing, you've reached at a perfect middle point. You understand both extremes of each trait, and when responding to the external world, you consciously choose the center of that spectrum. You may have noticed changes in your life. More calm, warm people are being drawn to you, and you are more willing to approach people, experiences, and opportunities yourself. This is just the right state. It's incredibly healthy. You are not draining others, and you are not sacrificing yourself. This is truly beautiful. Now let's see how this healing has changed your energetic frequency. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Five of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we have Nine of Swords. This is very powerful. I see a major shift in how you face challenges or low energy periods. Your attitude has become much more optimistic and grounded, and that is no small transformation. You can stand at the peak of life, and you can also face moments of loss or disappointment with grace. The Nine of Swords underneath shows that it's not that you don't feel anxiety or worry, and it's not that you're forcing yourself to be positive or sugarcoating reality. Instead, you have developed mental and emotional resilience to hold your anxiety without being crushed by it, and without projecting it onto others. Rather than wishing for a perfectly smooth future, you now wish for the faith and wisdom to face uncertainty. This combination also radiates leadership energy. It's leadership that is both expansive and delicate, strategic yet deeply human. If staying innovative and courageous during good times is one form of leadership, then staying steady, faithful, and resilient during crisis is an even rarer one. These cards also suggest strong abilities in risk management, crisis resolution, and solving complex problems or mysteries. You are a magical problem solver, Group 1. Now let's look at what blessing is approaching you. We have Ace of Wands and the Two of Wands. We also have Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Ooh, can you feel that surge of momentum? Get ready, Group 1. Your life is about to move forward in a big way, and it's going to happen fast. Some of you may already feel it, or you may already be taking action. One clear message here is that a wish has a chance to come true. Not a win the lottery kind of wish, but a deeply desired goal that once felt impossible due to real-world constraints. Very soon, If it hasn't happened yet already, a trigger or opportunity will appear that allows you to act. It may come as a sudden idea or inspiration. Suddenly, you just know what to do. It's like you've been living in a fog, and that fog is about to clear. Everything that was stuck will begin to move, and once it moves very quickly. Don't get attached to physical timing. Just know that once things start, the acceleration will be intense. Beyond the wish itself, your sense of faith and direction is strengthening. Every pause, every delay is actually storing energy for your next move. You need to understand this clearly. The most valuable opportunities, the ones that truly separate you from your past self, almost always arrive disguised as challenges or crises. Even waiting is a challenge because it drains faith and resources. Meanwhile, opportunities that look effortlessly perfect at first glance often require disproportionate cost due to extreme competition. From the reversed Two of Swords to the upright Two of Wands, once you silence the mental noise, you effortlessly see your direction, the right choices, and what you need to prepare. Finally, let's look at how to successfully receive this blessing. We have Knight of Wands and a Queen of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we have Page of Swords. When this blessing arrives, act decisively. Move toward it, engage with it, and enjoy the process. Don't get trapped by anxiety about the outcome. You may still feel moments of hesitation, thoughts like, I'm not ready, I don't think I'm capable. Don't be misled by these thoughts. They exist to help you release outdated beliefs and approach new experiences with an open mind. New experiences bring new insights, new growth, and new surprises. But only if you don't expect new results while clinging to old frameworks and beliefs. Enjoy surprise requires confidence and investment. And as we said earlier, you are capable of handling the unknown. I see you investing both energy and material resources into self-development. You don't need everything figured out before you start. You act, plan, learn, and adjust as you go. Your belief shifts from, I believe I'll definitely get a result, to, I believe I can get abundance and wisdom from this experience. This combination of cards is truly excellent. You meet blessings with passion, supported by accumulated wisdom and resources, opening an entirely new chapter. It even carries the energy of someone with a solid career foundation choosing to study abroad, upskill, or change life path. Very promising. And your oracle card here is Oracle Cards, which is honestly perfect. You are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others. So Group 1, please take good care of yourself. Your experiences and wisdoms are meant to help many, and helping others ultimately helps you too. Wishing Group 1 all the best, and I'll see you next time. Hello Group 2, welcome to a reading. First, let's look at what you have already healed or come to peace with. We have the Chariot and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we have King of Cups. This is really good. What I'm seeing is that you have finally achieved alignment between your heart and your mind, and as a result, you are ready to break through and move forward. These three cards give me a strong sense of a king reclaiming their throne. The Chariot combined with the King of Cups tells me that in the past, you tended to rely on logic and mental reasoning. Even though you are naturally intuitive, often sensing subtle callings or inner nudges, when those messages didn't align with your rational thinking, you felt confused or overwhelmed, and sometimes chose to avoid them altogether. When facing major life decisions, you may have experienced hesitation. This tug-of-war between heart and mind was deeply draining for you. The reversed Seven of Pentacles together with the King of Cups shows that after healing, you are now much more willing to invest the time, energy, and even money into understanding yourself. Because the underlying card is a king, it also suggests that you now have a certain level of life experience and material stability. Compared to mastering the rules of the material world, you are far more interested in listening to your inner voice. At first, messages from the heart may have felt uncomfortable. That's because they require you to face hidden desires, unacknowledged vulnerabilities, and values that may once have felt unacceptable or unimpressive by the worldly standards. If the Seven of Pentacles once represented your attempt to find safety through material means, then the King of Cups as the underlying card feels exactly like your chosen symbol. An anchor, true security, comes from a strong inner core. No matter how the external world changes, your heart remains steady, loyal to itself. In the past, you may have chosen paths that betrayed your true values out of fear of losing stability, or you may have missed a lot of opportunities because of hesitation. And that's okay, because now you truly see your own heart. What I feel very clearly is this: you are ready. I don't even know what you're about to do, but the readiness is unmistakable. And what makes me happiest is that you've made peace with yourself. That kind of reconciliation is incredibly rare. Next, let's look at how this healing has shifted your energetic frequency. We have the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have Five of Wands. We now have 3 number 7 cards, which is a strong confirmation that you're on the right path, whether or not it feels that way to you right now. As mentioned earlier, this healing allows you to fully reconcile with yourself. The Seven of Wands is about trusting yourself after making a decision. The Seven of Cups, however, represents lingering doubt, wondering whether you chose correctly or whether you should change your mind. The Five of Wands underneath shows that external chaos is born from internal conflict. Seven of Cups plus Five of Wands carries the energy of unnecessary mental struggle. Through healing, you're learning to trust your first instinct, your first choice. And like the Seven of Wands, once you decide, you focus fully on the present moment instead of being distracted by outside noise. You're gathering back the energy that was once scattered across too many options and concentrating it into one clear direction. The most direct way to end confusion is to quiet your world, listen to intuition, follow your heart, and make choices that reflect your true self. This healing has taught you a vital skill: how to create stability in turbulence and calm within chaos. The Seven of Wands after the Six of Wands, meaning that if you are a public figure or someone who has won in competitive spaces, your greatest strength now is how you handle disturbance or even attack. The best response isn't fighting back, it's not responding at all. Those energies can't penetrate your field. They simply can't affect you. You may look still, but you are actually moving forward at a great speed energetically. You are once again an anchor, strong and stable. You choose which shore to approach rather than being pulled by anchors thrown from elsewhere. You are no longer spending energy reacting to confusion. You make decisions calmly, clearly, and decisively. Now let's look at what blessing is approaching you. We have Seven of Swords and Nine of Cups. We also have the Devil underneath. This is an interesting blessing. Now I understand why it was once difficult for your heart and mind to align. You've likely felt shame or guilt around certain desires. Your heart said, I want this, while your mind said, I shouldn't. The Seven of Swords shows that you are now aware of patterns of self-deception or self-betrayal. You may have been seeing angel number 7 frequently, and with 4 sevens appearing, this again confirms you are spiritually upgrading. I'm especially happy to see the Nine of Cups here. In this deck, in this card, true freedom transcends material dependence. You can feel happiness, comfort, and stability, not because of what you own, but because you're already whole. The Devil as the underlying card doesn't mean you've abandoned desire. It means desire no longer controls you. You can enjoy material abundance without fear of loss, without obsession, without attachment. Combined with the earlier Seven of Cups, your confusion may have come from juggling multiple desires. But with the Devils here, you now understand how to master desire without being mastered by it. Here's the blessing. A desire you once denied, avoided, or felt afraid to touch is about to be fulfilled. Yes, it carries risk, the dangerous addiction, obsession, losing oneself, and handing over personal power. But here's the key. When desire is unconscious, it consumes us. But when desire is conscious, it becomes spice, not sustenance. You are like an exploration ship. You may dock at any island that attracts you and collect the treasures, but you will never be trapped there, because your safety lies not in the island, but in your steady anchor. Finally, let's look at how to successfully receive this blessing. We have Page of Swords and a Fool in reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we have Ace of Swords. The entire spread revolves around one theme, truth. The Ace of Swords as the underlying card represents your inner truth. No matter the situation, clarity about your inner truth is what allows you to make the right decisions. The Page of Swords and the Fool in reverse suggest that once you know your inner truth, you must also investigate the external truth, the people, opportunities, and the situations around you to see whether they truly align with you. This is especially relevant because your blessing involves desires. Desire often partially matches us, but it rarely aligns perfectly with our inner truth. The degree of alignment determines how much energy you should invest. With a clear mind and honest heart, you can satisfy desire without losing control and even find joy in it. The Ace of Swords also suggests that through new experiences, an old belief will transform. Your understanding will rise to a new dimension, becoming deeper, more nuanced, and more whole. Your oracle card is Yoga. This card contains the same energy as the Seven of Wands. Both speak of energetic balance. If a desire or attachment is troubling you, don't rush to analyze it. First, balance your energy. You might find that once balance is restored, you realize, maybe I don't actually want this that much. Yoga also suggests releasing stagnant energy and maintaining a clean energetic field. If your environment feels noisy or chaotic, move your body. As your body flows, your energetic field naturally clears and stabilizes. Wishing you all Group 2 deep blessings. I'll see you next time. Hello Group 3, welcome to your reading. First, let's look at what you already healed or made peace with. We have the Judgment and the Sun. At the bottom of the deck, we have Page of Wands. This combination feels incredibly healing. And honestly, if you chose Pile 3, you might deeply resonate with our previous reading about self-criticism. I strongly feel that in the past, you were quite hard on yourself. At first, it may have looked like healthy reflection, reviewing your actions, wanting to improve, but the deeper you went into your thoughts, the more it slowly turned into harsh self-judgment. The Sun card here reveals something very important. That self-criticism was never your true self. It did not come from your higher self, from love or divine guidance. It comes from the ego, from dissatisfaction and limiting beliefs. And an ego is shaped by our environment, by societal standards, by collective expectations that have evolved over generations. Think about it. Using massive, historical, collective standards to measure one unique, living, breathing soul, it was never realistic to begin with. Before awakening, we don't realize our soul exists beyond those standards. We identify with the ego. We treat external validation as truth. And that's normal. Every human goes through this. And yes, we do gain wisdom from the society. There is value in those structures. But the parts of you that were suppressed to feed those standards, they never disappear. They return through repeated life lessons until you recognize them. And that's why healing is about becoming whole, recognizing every fragmented piece of yourself and integrating it. I also sense many of you who chose this pile are highly capable people. You may look successful from the outside, but for a long time, joy felt distant. Freedom felt unreachable. And that's why the Page of Wands makes me so happy to see you here. This is curiosity, passion, fresh life force. Combined with the Judgment, it feels like you rescued yourself from years of internal beating yourself up. If you told me that at the peak of your life, you chose to walk away and start over in a completely new way, I wouldn't be surprised at all, because this wasn't impulsive. This was deeply considered, sacred, mature, and I'm so proud of you for that. Now let's see how this healing changed your energy frequency. We have the World and Knight of Cups. We also have the King of Cups underneath. Oh, this excites me. Because I can truly feel it, you are starting to experience happiness in a way you never had before. Not happiness tied to titles, not tied to status, not tied to material achievements, but natural happiness, the kind that exists for no reason. Group 3, you change a lot. If in the past, you hid parts of yourself to meet external standards, the Sun shows that now you're more willing to reveal your authentic self. The World card gives me a sense of vast perspective. You understand that sometimes individuals must restrain parts of themselves to serve collective goals, but you also understand that honoring your individuality is equally important. You no longer need everyone to see all of you or validate all of you, but you know you must see all of yourself and respect all of yourself. You've shifted from self-criticism to self-recognition. And because you no longer define yourself so rigidly, you don't define others so rigidly either. You understand that every person is dynamic, multidimensional, constantly evolving. Even things you don't agree with, you don't reject them. You observe without labeling. Instead of asking, "What is this?" you are curious, "How will this evolve?" If you once had a more exaggerated or dramatic expression, I now see softness, emotional maturity, and depth. This is significant soul growth and is ongoing, expanding. King of Cups energy is telling me you are achieving emotionally sovereign. Now let's see what blessing is approaching you. We have the Hierophant and the Three of Wands. We also have Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This is beautiful. We just talk about authentic happiness, and here comes the Ten of Cups. For some of you, this mental shift may have been influenced by religion or spiritual belief, and even if not, you've built your own belief system, and that changes everything. Without faith in something higher, something meaningful, joy stays surface level. And now you can feel happiness in the smallest, most ordinary moments. The way you see people, the way you experience daily life, there's a soul layer added to every feeling. For some of you, I even see a relocation, temporary or permanent, in pursuit of spiritual growth, or joining a community, retreat, or collective experience. But here's the key. The belonging you feel is not because the group completes you, it's because you completed yourself first. So any community you join now feels fulfilling. Some of you may even revisit connections you once left behind, relationships that were paused due to life circumstances, and this time to flourish. This blessing is deeply tied to spiritual alignment, and the physical world, it may manifest as a soul family or soul connections. And now let's see how to feel to receive this blessing. We have Knight of Swords and King of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords. These cards are powerful. There is firmness here, conviction. Knight of Swords with Ace of Swords says, "Speak your truth without fear." Not to seek external approval, but to expand collective understanding. Your authenticity enriches the world. And the King of Wands reminds us that true leadership is not control, it is inspiration. You don't force others to follow you, and you don't force yourself to conform either. You walk forward with clarity, and those aligned with your light will naturally follow. From Judgment to Ace of Swords, this is evolution. In the past, you judged things flatly through fixed standards, and now your perspectives keeps expanding. You now hold multiple truths, and no matter how the external world changes, you don't lose yourself because you understand. Standing in your truth is not about proving your importance. It's about honoring that every truth has meaning and deserves respect. For your oracle card, we have "You are on the right path." Keep doing what you are doing because it's working. If you chose pile 3, you can relax now. Even if you don't feel completely free yet, even if you are not fully open, even if there is still emotional weight lingering, and that's okay. Healing is a process. But the way you're doing it right now is working. Trust that your intentions toward yourself are sincere, and your sincerity will never betray you. Sending so much love to everyone who chose this pile. I'll see you in the next reading.